Sometimes good leaders really inspire their team to where they discover finally what their purpose is. And then they just kind of encourage them. Do you know what I mean? So
And
sometimes
they bless them when they leave.
And they bless them and they just go, this is all I wanted for you. So
I think the entrepreneur lifestyle is a result of a few different things. I think one of them can be really bad leadership of I just have to get out of here, and that just spurred them to create their own thing, or really good leadership, like Leslie said, as I was inspired because I saw A, maybe I'm capable of more than I thought, and B, this person has just made me think so differently. So I think I think that's the result of both. I mean, I think bad leaders I've allowed myself to be affected in a way and that's on me in terms of people have PTSD for work stuff. Like it's legit. It is a real thing. Because the role of a leader is so crucial because you're like a parent in that you are the parent of the family, and that I don't like using family analogies, but that's the relationship. That's the power they have over you. It can be very vulnerable. And so people talk about safe workspaces. And I don't think if you're having a question whether this is a safe workspace, it probably isn't. So I think there's a lot to be said about that. And the idea that if you are in leadership, you're not just in charge of what gets done, you're in charge of real well-being. And I think my first job, like my first management role, you're balancing doing the job and trying to figure out who people are. My first question would always be, how can I help you? And it would throw people, but I'd really want to know, how can I help you do more of what you need to do? And it was so funny, the responses. One person was like, I would really love to make a gym class at 5:30. Can I leave early on a Wednesday afternoon? Of course. Another guy hated these morning shifts. So it was just, and I'm like, it's my job to figure this out. It's not my job to make everybody happy, but it kind of is. Like, I just want to make it as easy as possible. And because I want to keep good people. So what can I do to make your life easier? That's how I took it. So
a happy worker works harder.
Yeah. Like, I do care about you. I want you to make that gym class. I don't want you to miss it out because we have some rigid rules. So I think it's, but yeah, I've learned like good leaders trust their team. And if you do feel it's time for someone to move on, don't punish them, love them. And I've just recently left a role, but it's always hard, especially if it's depending on the reasons that you leave. But you see a lot about people when you choose to leave. They will show you so quickly. It's a shortcut to go, A, what do they really think of me? And B, who are you really? It will tell you everything you need to know. So that's what I find really interesting.